I think you're live.
Yeah. So, Mishal, welcome to one more edition of Rock with DR.
Thank you. Hoping to rock.
Tell me, how's the Josh?
Josh is very good. Yeah, it's a little overwhelming because it's after a long break. Uh, it's on a good platform. It's
Right.
something that I've been waiting for a very, very long time. Very one of the better directors of Bollywood today. Good production house, fantastic experience, brilliant star cast. I mean, we got so lucky with the entire crew, with the entire star cast. Everyone's played their bit to the point.
Right, absolutely.
So I usually watched my shows, only to see my work and my mistakes and to learn from my mistakes. And then I move on. I don't watch the whole thing. Whereas Mumbai Diaries, I've seen it thrice already. I messaged Sir also saying, "Sir, this is my third turn to watch it." He's like, "You've lost it."
by, I said, by sir, you mean the music teacher?
No,
Or
I mean Nikhil Advani.
I know, I was wondering, is why you call him sir, is it?
I mean Nikhil sir is sir for me.
Okay. And so, how do you say, what was the transition from before to now? Before Mumbai Diaries and after Mumbai Diaries.
Uh,
What has been
No,
your fan reaction?
it's too soon to talk about post Mumbai Diaries. Whatever I could feel and understand in the past 10 days, I just mentioned to you some time ago, a minute ago. But really, I haven't lived much of this appreciation right now. It's just I just logged on to Instagram today, and just so you
Instagram's
know,
flooded with your fan reactions. There are
I
so
just logged on to Instagram today. It's been 14 weeks. I logged on after a fortnight. Since the release, I haven't been on Instagram. So I just saw the feedback and responses today. So it's been great. It's like I said, it's overwhelming. It's really overwhelming.
so you had once told me a fan reaction matters a lot.
Yes, it does. But peace of mind also matters a lot.
So the
This
two
time I
are
chose to just
connected.
be peaceful by myself.
Are you at peace?
Oh yeah, very much. Look at me.
So how did you land Mumbai Diaries? I know you'd worked with Nikhil and his production earlier with Kashvi.
Ah, now you're fishing.
I'm fishing.
So, guys, whoever's watching this interview, it's because of this man here that I've landed up Mumbai Diaries also.
Thank you.
Back in 2013 or 2014, was it, DC?
Yeah.
My chacha called me up one fine day and said, okay, I know this girl. She's my friend's daughter, Kashvi Nair. And right now, she is the girl who directed Grandson of Sardar on Netflix, Arjun Kapoor and the lady from Masawa, Nina Gupta, fantastic actor. So Dinesh Chacha told me like go meet them for this short film they're doing. So from that short film, Nikhil sir saw my work and he told me, listen, we need to make you look a little older for this doctor's role. Otherwise, we know like you'll do the job. So come on, let's start working on it. And there I was sitting in London when I got the call, and uh, I left. Okay, it's very interesting. This story. So I left from London. I came back in like 4 5 days. World Cup के matches चल रहे थे. I was with my friends. I left everything. I came back. I said audition दे देता हूँ. It's very very important. I'll give my audition first. And I called them up saying that okay, I've come to Bombay. I'm ready to give the audition. They're like, sir, Amazon Prime से word आया है कि television actors को मना कर रहे हैं. I said, oh my God, this is not happening. I've come from forget I've come from London. What is important is that I want to be on the show, man.
Right.
So I told the casting director, see, look, I have to actually come leaving my vacation. All right, fine. If they don't want to work with TV actors on this show, it's not a problem. Uh, Let me still give the audition. They're like, so why you want to take a trouble coming 1 hour? I said, my trouble, my pain. Let me give the audition. And Chacha, I had two rounds of vomiting in the morning. So I was in tummy ache and I was weak and everything, and I still went for the audition. And I gave the second, third take, and I'm like, listen, I'm not happy. Give me one last take, boys. And if I can't do it in this, I'll walk out myself. I gathered myself together, put my energies together, and I gave that take. It was a 1 minute long take. The first scene of the show actually was the audition scene. And
The one where you scream,
the
the
casting
one
guy is
in which
like,
you
damn
scream,
good,
Mishal.
we're happy. I said, I'm also happy. So let's lock this take. And I left from there. And I got a call saying that Nikhil sir loved it. And Nikhil sir's told you you're on. So I was on. I fought odds and I got this show.
So you're not well and you went for the audition. So it's like no pain, no gain.
Yeah. And also that they had said no. I Jabarasti went and put myself on tape.
It helps to be pushing. You have to work, you have to, make things happen. Do you agree?
Yeah, totally.
Tell me, you have played a range of roles. You played the lover in Love Story, then you played a Don in Lagi Tujse Lagan, now you're playing a doctor, and in the Kashvi show you played a very sedate lawyer. So you've gone through a lot of, like a whole gamut of emotions.
Yes, you could say that. There are lots and lots to go yet. And, I think there are certain things that we can't imagine that comes up in an actor's life that you be like, oh, wow, you can do this also. I don't think I'm yet there. I have not even crossed the second page. If the book has 10 pages, then I don't think I've crossed the second page.
So what's your ambition? What's your dream project?
Do all sorts of world famous projects. Now the world is your stage. It's not just Bollywood or India.
The world has become an oyster. It's like
It-
you can go
yeah.
anywhere with it.
You see the scope has increased so much. The range has widened so much. Before the web series, I used to get messages on my television shows from so many multiple countries. Like in an interview with you only last time I realized that I'm getting messages from all these countries. So uh, uh, now realizing that these platforms have so many dubbed languages and so many subtitles, and it's watched all over. So yeah, the ambition would be to do great stuff. Do great
So given
stuff.
a
Be in a position where uh, you win the confidence of the population, at least of the country that you stayed, like India for me. And then probably ambition wise, if you really ask me honestly, then probably move on as a politician to do some good for the people and for the country.
Tell me, singing, you did it for the love and passion, or you also thinking of it as a career option besides acting?
Everything that I do in this field is a career option. Everything I do in this field is a career option. I am not going to quit singing and making songs. I will definitely continue to do that.
So when did you realize your passion for singing,
Childhood.
and when did you nurture it?
So when mom and everyone used to take classical lessons at home, I was like the one sitting behind and paying more attention. Even in school, I was in the Indian classical music group. When they have those 2 periods at the end of Friday for co-curricular activities. Some people had scout, some people had photography, some people had physical education. I had Indian music. So I was not even given a choice. I was pulled into that group. So that's when I realized that okay, I can sing. My sir's also sing. My fellow students also sing. So yeah, maybe I can sing, and I like singing. I enjoy singing.
You enjoy listening, or you enjoy being heard?
Both.
So who do you listen to? I mean, what's your current music rack?
I listen to a lot of Atif Aslam. I listen to a lot of Kailash Khairji. I listen to a lot of when I'm working on my laptop, when I'm working with my father on emails and everything. Uh, I usually keep some EDM music on, which goes on live on YouTube.
You
I
need
listen to
music.
that EDM music.
And in Western music? In
Yeah, I like Western music. I like Charlie's Puth. I like Maroon 5. I like yeah, I like all sorts of music, DC.
what about the generation before you,
Especially
Madonna,
old school.
Michael
I really like
Jackson?
old school. I love old school music. I love old school hip hop, like Nelly, Ja Rule, Snoop Dogg, uh, Alicia Keys, Beyonce.
Not rock and
Yeah, I
acid.
love.
Not rock and acid.
I like rock as well. I like rock as well. But when I went to college in America, it was more of hip hop.
Hip hop. So you listen, do you listen to the music in the car also while going to work, or that time you're trying to
Oh
mug
yeah,
your
of course.
pockets?
Oh yeah, of course. No. That's my gear. That's moving into top gear. That's like warm up for me every day. I do a lot of riyaz. I sing. I do my classical music riyaz. I sing whatever comes to my mind. When I have specific things I'm going for, I have specific songs that I sing. They
Can you
motivate me.
can you illustrate with some song?
Okay. When I used to go for my 10th standard board exams, it was a 20-minute drive every day. And my mom first used to make me cross the Hanuman temple. Our Dadaji is your dad's favorite Hanuman temple. And right opposite that in St. Xavier School was my center. So after the temple to the board center was a 1 minute drive where I would put on Shah Rukh Khan's song from Yes Boss, Jo Bhi Chahu Wo Main Paun. Uh, so that was like that would motivate me like nothing else, and I would be on top gear, and I'd give my exam in full mood. So stuff like
So
that. Right? You
when you
know,
spoke about
when
Shah
when
Rukh
when when
Khan,
when I travel far places for auditions and the long drives and the job is not yet in my hand and I'm just praying I should get this job. I should get this job. You know, everybody does. That's when I sing I hear and I sing that song from Swades. Yu hi chala chal rahi. I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs.
since you're mentioning Shah Rukh Khan, he also had the dialogue. I can't remember the exact words. That
Yeah, in
so
that song I remember
when you
Mankaran
really want
Deshpande ji
something,
more,
the
honestly,
whole
not Shah Rukh
Kainat
Khan.
comes together.
Yeah, the I don't remember Mr. Shah Rukh Khan in that song more. I remember Makaran Deshpande ji a little more in that song because he's actually the real performer of that song
Right.
visually also. So he's stuck in my eyes a little more.
So well picturized the song, very well picturized.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. It's beautiful.
And tell me, when you read the script of Mumbai Diaries, what was your first spontaneous reaction?
Oh, my first spontaneous reaction. I don't remember. Yeah. I think it was like this guy is extremely different from the rest of the cast. That's what my first reaction was. This guy is totally different from the rest of the cast, even from the doctors that are characterized to be in this hospital. His dearest friend, who's the in-house doctor of that hospital. That was my first reaction. That this character is completely hatke, alag. So then that's when it clicks me right there that I'll get an opportunity to do something different, something that no one else will get to do with the show because of the characterizations.
But you and your dad, I know. I don't know if you also watch as much news as your dad. So were you very familiar with the terrain you're going into? Like, did you know the whole background of the blast and Taj and the police and Kasab, and did you know all that before you? came on the
Yeah, and who told you I don't watch the news as much? Me and Dad watch the news every day together.
scene. But your dad, when I come there, he quizzes me. He asks me questions. What is this news? What?
That's his habit. It's time pass. He does it from a 3-year-old child to a 70-year-old man also. He'll do the same.
But it's good. He's so tuned in. No,
DC, next time you're home and he does that, you tell me, I'll start quizzing him. Then we'll have fun.
I'll have zero. You ask me any quiz on films.
Arey, we will have fun. I'm telling you, you don't know the questions to ask him. No, in the last 30 years, I've got to know a lot of questions to ask him.
So, was that hospital for real? I mean, it looked very real, or was it a set?
It was almost real. Of course, it was a set. Uh, the Marine Drive shooting, the exterior of Taj shooting, those ones were real. But this was a set. The hospital was a set. Uh, but I mean, everybody who talks to me about the show has to mention the hospital. It was just so brilliant. I think the artwork guys did such a fantastic job. The production people did such a marvelous job. And,
You know,
every
usually when the
morning that we
journey.
would
Sorry.
go for a first shot, there was no need to get into any mood. That atmosphere, those lightings, those walls, that color, that whole thing would just straight away dive you into that mood. You would just land up where you need to land up.
So, while watching the first 5 episodes, I was totally. Then it got a little emotional. Sometimes I felt. I think it was needed also. There was a little melodrama also towards the end. A lot of people, doing a 360-degree turn. Suddenly they become, like the snitch, the snitch in the hospital who was passing on information. The journalist also becomes a good girl. Of course, only for a short while. Then in the ending, she goes back to being who she is.
I think what they were trying to show there was that in such heated up, intense, hodgepodge situations, a human being could get carried away and think of monetary gain or just what's good for them, or even come back to reality in a snap just by giving the news a minute back and the next minute realizing, oh shit, what have I done? Look how these people are suffering because of me. So these are transitions that a human being goes through in such intense, scary, high adrenaline situations. I mean, I think that's what they were trying to show.
You had only one scene with Konkana, so but what was the experience? You worked with Hema earlier. Now you work
Yeah,
with
no, me and
Konkana.
Konkana got
And
along very well
Vidya
on the
Sinha
set.
also you worked with.
She's a very, yeah, Vidya ma'am also. God bless her soul. She passed away a year and a half back. Yeah, Vidya ma'am also I worked with. She was wonderful. So far, Vidya ma'am was my favorite, like really favorite. But Konkana was fun. She was very humble, very down to earth. We got friends, I think, in the reading sessions before the shoot started. She's very humble, very down to earth, makes everyone feel very comfortable. She's a fantastic artist. You can learn a lot from her watching her. It was
So
great.
did you watch the web series with the entire team or you watched it in parts?
Oh
Or I don't
no. Oh no, I wish. We all have we've been chatting now. Like the guy who played Ahan Mirza, Satya, he's a friend of mine. So me, Satya were chatting, and the journalist girl you're talking about, she's a friend of mine, Shreya. So we were talking, and we were planning that we must have a success party. We'll request Nikhil sir. If not, then we'll do something small and we'll invite him as well.
Yeah, you deserve to have a party. I love the series. Of course, I had some minor quibbles, but that I have with every film, every so that's my natural instinct. So you can't have that. But overall, I thought it was very good. Tell me, do you
Thanks,
check
Nikhil.
yourself out in the monitor?
Sorry?
Do you check yourself in on the monitor each time you do a scene?
No. Initially, yes. Initially, the shooting, yes. To see if you're getting the look right, to see if you're getting the body language right, to see if you're getting the momentum right, uh, to check all of that. But throughout the show, no.
No.
Like sir sometimes says also, are you good? I'm good. Wanna have a look? I'm like, no, sir. Let's go on.
What is the one scene you found most difficult?
Standing still.
Standing still.
Yeah, when the cop comes and puts the gun on Dr. Kaushik's head, saying that do not read the terrorist. I'm standing behind. Standing still in that scene was the most difficult.
You think sometimes scenes with no dialogue are more difficult than the ones with dialogue?
No, not like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a selfish actor. Maybe I don't even think of being a selfish actor. Maybe I am what I am. Uh, I need to do something when I'm on frame. I can't stay still on camera. And that take, Nikhil sir was like, Mishal, cut. And he's like, Mishal, I told you, don't bloody move. Okay, sir, sorry, won't move. And then I was just standing like this.
I said I loved your scene where you were screaming and shouting. You said you preferred some other scenes. Why didn't you like that scene where you're shouting?
No,
Comparatively, I'm not saying you didn't
it's not
like it.
everybody's like that scene when I'm screaming and shouting. But since Lagi Tujhse Lagan, I've been listening praises about these screaming and yelling scenes. I'm glad that people have liked my regular performance, normal performance, the dramatic performance in the end. I'm glad that I'm getting reviews about people acknowledging at least those kind of scenes. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
But I've never seen you go over
Every,
the top.
everybody's loved the terrace scene on the restaurant.
Yes,
Everyone's liked
yes.
it the most.
I want to ask you, who was your stylist? She did a bloody good job of that.
No, it was Nikhil sir. Nikhil sir styled
Really?
me that day. Yeah, yeah. From shirt to
Amazing.
hair to the accessory, Nikhil sir styled me that day. He's like, I want you to look extremely different. And thrice, I had to do my stuff and go in front of him for approval. And he sent me back saying, no, do better, do better. So it was all credit to Nikhil Advani.
But that scene came like a relief. It was getting too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my dad said, your brother said the same thing.
Yeah. So I liked it. There was a little breather. You got to see some nice clothes, champagne being open instead of blood popping out. There was
I,
champagne popping out.
I sipped on champagne after like 8 years or something.
Really. So you,
I was so excited for the shot. I forgot to mention to them that I've stopped consuming alcohol. And I just popped the bottle and I took the shot and said like, cut, okay, good shot. And I was like, oh God, oh God.
but you don't believe in the over the top acting. You always prefer to play it restrained, right? At least that's unless you
I
get a
don't
role, I
think like
guess,
that.
when you go
I don't think like that. When you say restrained, I say composed.
composed.
So it's very easy for an actor to go overboard. It's really difficult. I think it's the most important job for an actor to be composed. You cannot overstep someone else's space, someone else's line. Uh, Everything you got to do is got to be very careful and very controlled and very composed.
But
So
sometimes when you
it's a
underplay
very
your
tough
mission,
it's a very tough job, and I don't think very many people understand this because I've seen a lot of people who are very inconsiderate while working.
but it's a very fine line between underplaying and being flat. You have to walk a very thin line.
Underplaying and
Going flat. You
yeah. Well, of course. This is a medium where you have to be larger than life. Even when I'm trying to be composed or trying to play it a little naturally, not dramatically, there has to be some hint of drama. There has to be some hint of the whole thing being larger than life because we are catering to an audiovisual medium. We are catering to something that people come to see, which is probably not a part of their life, or maybe a part of their life, because nowadays these real issues and social issues have sprung up so hardcore that everyone wants to make films on these real issues. You see any scene that is not making sense or it's not true or was not true to what went down in history, they immediately call it out. So, but still, even when you're trying to play it natural, you have to have a pinch of drama, theatrical. You have to have a pinch of performance in it. If you're going flat, then you're not acting. Then you're you can just catch anybody, give him 1,000 rupees. Chalo, aaj ye sab dialogue bol ke jao.
Yes. Farah Khan was saying that there was a time when we needed a choreographer. You needed somebody to know horse riding. You knew somebody to know swimming, driving. But that all is changing now. She also said that all is changing.
Yeah, it is totally.
So you like this new kind of content that is being made?
Sure, I like the new kind of content. We've all been watching this kind of content and appreciating this kind of content when coming from other industries such as Hollywood, Tollywood now. So it was high time that we got it for ourselves as well. There's an open market and
How comfortable would you
so
be
much to
with?
do and so much to gain
There's so
and
much.
so much to attain. So I'm very happy with the new content. I think it's a blessing in disguise.
Would you be comfortable doing the kind of intimacy that has come into web series and the kind of abuses?
If it's with the opposite sex, I'm all right. I have no problem with films that have got to do with LGBT.
As a
I have
theme.
absolutely no problem. But for me, as a human being, it doesn't work for me. So I would prefer, even on screen, I would be comfortable if there's an intense scene with the opposite sex, as per my nature. Other than that, I'd have no issues or any problem.
What about abuses?
Well, we had to curse in Mumbai Diaries. We had to use the word F a lot of times as per script. So I think to a certain extent where you really, really need to give it a touch of reality, it's all right. But going overboard with the MCBC, with the heavy hardcore abuses, I personally, I don't find them very comforting to my ears. So I probably reduce the volume, mute the scene, or fast forward.
So I was watching one series and when everybody was abusing. See, in real life also people abuse, but not every person you meet.
In like Omkara, it's okay. Even if it's in like a film like Omkara in the future also, where the script's character demands it, just demands it. I mean, it would be incomplete without that. Like Saif Ali Khan's character in Omkara, Langya Tyagi, would be incomplete without the curses he's used. So when it comes
So a lot of
to stuff like this, it's okay. But when you're making a show, even if it's a village-based show, and if it's not required, and people are just cursing for the heck of it, I don't know. Maybe making memes out of a show is the new trend to make a hit show.
so a lot of women, girls find you very good looking. Are you in love with your own looks? Are you in love with your own looks?
I like the way I look. I'm not in love with the way I look. I like the way I look. I'm thankful to God that people find me pleasant looking, and they find me nicer looking on screen compared to real life.
I guess screen adds some weight also, na? That's why I guess you have to be slimmer than what you look on screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So what next now, Mishal?
Well, I think we're shooting season 2. The calls already came from Nikhil sir's office from MA
Pardon?
Production. I think we're going to do season 2. But this was before the second pandemic, and we got delayed because of the pandemic. So I think we shoot season 2, and there are 1-2 more projects happening
That's
in
very
pipeline.
nice. When you take breaks with what you would call a sabbatical in
Mm.
between, so how do you keep your nerve? Do you get insecure sometimes?
Uh, if it goes up to 3-4 years, yes. If it's 1-2 years, no. I'm very calm and composed and chilled out for 1-2 years. I work with my father in his industry. Um, I have developed a keen interest now in his business, which is exports of garments, manufacturing and export of garments. So I work with him every day, and I've kept myself busy in both the lockdowns working with him. And before this, when I was not working, I had my own company, Party Hard Drivers, which I was building
Is
brick
it
by
still there?
brick.
Is it still on? Party Hard Driver?
The pandemic ke baad se it's been a little difficult because the driver base has been scattered all over India. Half have come, half have not come. Uh, so the company will start again, but I think it'll take another 4 months, 5 months for us to gather our inventory.
How important is it for an actor to have a backup plan? Plan B.
I don't know. You can't really say this about everybody. Everybody's got their own destiny. Everybody's got their own fate. Everybody's got their own, thing written. Like if I think if Shah Rukh or Amir Khan or Akshay Kumar, Amitabh Bachchan sir, they didn't have plan B, it wouldn't make a difference to them.
Yeah.
So not really, not every actor needs to have plan B. But it also depends upon what
No, I'm talking about with no film connections.
it also happens to do with how much you want in life, what all you want to do in life. Like some people are happy with just doing acting. It's great. Some people are happy with doing acting and keeping a safety thingy. People like me do it out of will because I want to. I'm from business family, and as soon as I made my first bunch of money, first stash of money from Love Story with Anurag Basu, I started investing in the party hard drivers in the shopper service from the very first time I made money. So for me, it's business family, grown up amongst people who were always working and doing business. So I started investing in companies, and I still do.
Is your family part of your audience? Or Ghar Ki Murgi
Oh
Dal
yeah,
Bana?
oh yeah. No, 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 no. They're my favorite audience. They're my favorite audience.
That's nice.
Yeah, my mom, if she sees a strand of hair in the opposite direction, she'll tell me, "तूने makeup वाले को बोला नहीं?" And I'll be like, "Mama, I'm a boy. I really don't need to look at that hair. Expressions are good enough to see. थोड़ा सा बाल खराब हो गया तो ठीक."
Okay, remember the last time we played a game? I threw some words at you, but now we'll play it differently. Okay?
Okay.
I'll throw words at you and you have to tell me the personalities you think about and why. I'll give you an example. Very silly example, I'll give you an example nonetheless. If you say cheese, I'll say Emmental or Guada or whatever. So I want you to think
What
about
Manthil? What's Manthil?
Emmental. If I remember correctly, that's the spelling.
I can't even hear you. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying there's a particular brand of cheese. So you have to
Ah,
think of a name or a personality or some association. Okay, like if I say cricket,
to
cricket.
cheese.
So no cricket.
Cricket. Okay. Let's go.
Yeah,
Start.
I'm saying cricket.
Oh, the first word is cricket. Kapil Dev.
Why?
Because I love his action. He's my favorite cricketer. Uh, old school days and today. He's just my all-time favorite.
City in the sense
City.
London. Yeah, which city gives you a good vibe? London, New York, Mumbai. You can name more than one also.
London, Paris, Mumbai, New York, Hong Kong.
So you like buzzing cities, cities that
Yeah,
have a buzz.
yeah. Like walking around in New York is the most fun thing ever with your friends.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I
Grab some
completely second.
food, grab a drink or two, just keep walking. Cross the Empire State Building, cross the Central Park.
Right,
I
Central
used to
Park
work there
is so
also for six
beautiful.
months, so it's almost like second home for me.
You go there quite often, don't you?
Yeah, also I used to work there. Now after Ohio State University, after graduation, I did 6 months of job out there before returning to India and becoming an actor.
So what was the experience?
Fantastic. Wake up at 6 in the morning, iron your own clothes, make your own breakfast, catch the bus, go to the city, work your bum off. 6 o'clock, you're done. Catch the bus back, come home, eat something, go to gym, make your beds, crash. Because 6 o'clock in the morning you have to wake up again. Fantastic.
How's it different? How's it different here?
Um, when I'm not shooting,
Hmm.
when I'm shooting is the same. When I'm not shooting, wake up by 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10. Breakfast, little yoga. If not yoga, then straight away gym. Afternoon, 1, 2 hours of Sangeet Riyaz. Then I sit to work with dad. Me and dad finish work by like 8:39 in the night. And 6 o'clock in the evening, I take my puppies for a walk. Uh, I go running with them for like 10, 15 minutes. 8:39, me and dad finish work. Me and mom will watch some news together. We'll have dinner. We'll all sit and chat. Me, mom, sister, and dad will have dinner. Or me and dad will watch an English film and have our dinner. And after that, I'm free for like 2, 3 hours, then sleep, and then same routine in the morning.
Now I'm going to throw another wildlife.
Wildlife,
Life.
Masai, Masai Mara.
And why?
I've been there twice. Once when I was 20, once when I was 10 years of age. My dad took me there. He has factories in Mombasa, which is like 45 minutes away from Masai Mara's airport. So we went there when I was 10, and then in 2014 or 2013, we went there again. So whenever you say wildlife sanctuary, Masai Mara comes to my head.
Just dad and you went, no, together.
His business counterparts from Los Angeles and New York were there, and from here it was just me and my dad.
Seafood.
Prawns, clams, shells. Uh, there's a
I
lot of
think,
vegetarian people who will freak out. Yeah,
no, no, there are a lot of non-vegetarians also. I
yeah, I'm
know
sure one of
you
the veg
loved
people will be
your
like,
you loved your nanny's recipe, no, of seafood, right?
my nani's seafood was the best.
What about the sea? What do you associate with the sea?
Very powerful body of nature. It can clear your energies. It can make you feel fresh and powerful within seconds.
But you have a fantastic sea view from your house, don't you?
Yeah, which the government almost took away by reclaiming that land and making that coastal highway. And
But you chose a room without the sea view. Why?
अरे but घर का व्यू तो गया ना DC.
60s heroines. I don't know if you know their names. I can throw some names at you and you can choose.
Yeah, please.
Saira Banu, Asha Parekh, Sadhna, Vijanti Mala, Vaida Rahman.
Sadhna.
You like Sadhna? Oh, we both are on the same page.
What? Asha Parekh ji was also very, very, very rocking. Like liked her, but Sadhna was something else. And then Mr. Monish Bell's mom,
Nutan ji.
Nutan ji.
She's a brilliant
तेरे
actor.
घर के सामने with Devanand. Oh,
Right, right, right.
the
TV news
song,
anchor.
the performances they used to do.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
TV news anchor.
Ravish Kumar ji.
Reason?
He shows both sides of a coin. He doesn't speak only for one side. I think he'll bash both sides when he has to.
You like a balance.
I like people who are not biased. I think he's not biased. I think if he's if some whoever is in the running party, and when he's got to pull some faults out, I think the man will do his job. That's what I like about him.
Co-star?
Co-star, male, female.
You can name more than one.
One of my favorite co-stars is Isha Singh from Ishq Ka Rang Safed. Because she was so new, she didn't know what to do, and she would do everything I would ask her to do. So, the scenes would go smooth, the improvisation would go smooth, then, he would, fights,
But she came
so,
across as sweet also on screen. She
oh
came
yeah,
across.
she looked very sweet. She's in real life also, she's very sweet like that. So, Ishu would be one, and Shriti Jha, Pragya from Kumkum Bhagya. She was very, 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 very welcoming, humble, down to earth, very, very nice as a co-star.
How are you as a co-star?
That you got to ask them, yeah.
They must have given you some feedback.
I'm too good. I'm just too good.
Car,
Sorry?
Gadi.
Car. Mode of transportation. A year back, 2 years back, I would think of it differently. I want this car, I want that car. Now I think it's just a mode of transportation. The COVID has really changed my perspective of life. I don't know whether
Lots
it's
of
worked
people,
for
in
others
fact,
or
lots
not.
of your sister was saying even her perspective has changed.
Yeah, a lot of us at home, our perspectives really, really changed after COVID.
For the
We've
better or
truly,
for
truly
worse?
understood what's important and what's not important to be happy and healthy.
Do you miss people when you're confined to a house
Time
or?
to time, sure, yeah, time to time, of course.
But
We're
you're quite a
social
loner,
animals.
no? You're an introvert also.
I'm both. I'm an introvert when I don't know the surrounding people. I'm an extrovert when I get to know them a little bit, when I'm a little more comfortable. Then people have to be like, "Uska muh chup band karao yaar."
Author,
Huh?
author.
Author, Amish.
Yes, you told me that. Yeah, correct.
Right now, I'm reading his Dharma.
What do you like about him?
He talks about positive, negative, plus, minus, man, woman, the needs for the creation, at least his explanation of why what's been created and how it's been created. And I somehow agree a little bit to his
So
stuff.
you prefer
He's
fiction or fact while reading? Would you like a
both,
documentary better than a feature film?
both. I like both. Something that'll get my interest. But to honestly answer that question, fiction a little more. So I think Amish is one writer who has got a sense of humor. Osho had a great sense of humor. His books I enjoy reading. Uh, this guy, I think Amish knows our Indian readers.
Yeah, he mixes mythology with his own touch, his own spin on.
Yes, yes. First of all, we are all intrigued when it comes to mythology.
Right.
Then you involved a Ram Sita ka love angle in that, and Shiv Parvati ka love angle in that, and then you make it dramatic and sad and happy, and he takes you on a roller coaster of emotions. I'm laughing, crying. I thoroughly enjoy his books.
So, would you
Uh,
like to?
uh,
uh,
sorry. One more. Sorry. Devdutt Patnaik. I like his work.
Actually, there's some similarity between these two writers. The
Yeah, you think so?
choice of subject.
Possibly. Maybe that's why I like it.
No, I know foreign authors.
Uh, I used to like Coelho a lot when I was in college. But now I read lots. I read Jeffrey Archer. I read um,
Have you read Fountainhead?
Yeah, Anne Ryan.
The guy who won't compromise on anything.
Yeah, Anne Ryan. That's the author's name.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, I've read Fountain.
The
Fantastic.
the title role was, I think, title role I'm saying. I'm also talking films. The titular character was Howard Rock, who is not willing to
Yeah.
compromise on anything.
Yeah.
It was adapted in Raju Ban Gaya Gentleman actually.
Acha.
Okay, now your fans are crazy about you. Now you have to make them happy and you have to show your love for them. I don't know how you're going to do it. I'm giving you 2 minutes to do it.
I can't read anything. Can you read anything and tell me?
No, I can't read. Not here. Generally, they write to me thinking that I'm going to convey it to you, so, which I
Okay,
don't
so
because I
yeah,
say,
hi guys. I know I've been missing from Instagram and social media, but I just wanted a break. I wanted to like soak in all the appreciation and all the reviews and all the comments with a very clean, fresh mind, and also save myself the anxiety. So I disappeared from social media for a while, like 2 weeks or something. But I'm back now. I was online today. I made some posts as well. And here is an interview for you guys to know how it happened, when it happened, my diaries, how this happened for me in my life. Uh, so now you have all the information. Have fun watching.
one question I just remembered regarding Mumbai Diary. I believe you were shown in some workshops about how operations are conducted.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We had medical workshop for 2 months.
So are
We
you a
had to
half
do
doctor now? Are you a half doctor?
quarter
What?
defibrillation, uh, 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 and checking vitals and knowing what's wrong with the pulse and some stuff like cerebral hemorrhage because it was specifically in my scene. So I had to do these kind of mock operations. Uh, Lots of things we got to know, yeah, as a doc.
But in real life,
And Nikhil sir was like, "Y'all better practice because on set you'll get no time." So I understood that part really well. So I was like major into my medical practice and my dialogue delivery because of all the technical words.
but in real life, can you
Tracheostomy.
see blood?
Not many people could get tracheostomy. I think I was the first one to clearly say tracheostomy.
Tell me, in real life, can you see blood? Can you see a open surgery? Is it in your temperament?
Absolutely not. I'll faint. I'll just faint right there and there. No chance.
Yep. So I'll call you again, Michelle. It's always fun to
Yeah.
chat with you.
Want to chat with you
Great
too,
fun.
deeply. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, send me video clips of this. Yeah, even I want to post on my Insta.
Of course I will. Yep.
Okay.
It's live. It's live on YouTube. You can go and see it.
No, but if you send me clips, then I
I
can
will
post
send you
it.
clips. Yeah.
Okay. Bye. Thanks.
Bye. Bye. See you. Thanks. Bye bye.